Representative Howe, thank you so much for joining us.
Glad to be here.
Tell us about yourself, your occupation, and your home life.
Well, the most important piece is I'm married to my wife Sherry, and been married for 28 years. Uh, got four great kids. Three of them are in the National Guard now, and my daughter is the only one that's not. She's just graduating from college here shortly. So my youngest is still a junior in high school. So other than that, I'm a retired fire marshal, building official, been involved in emergency management. Retired from that in 2011. Then I worked for the National Guard for a year, and so after that I had to quit working full time for the National Guard to run for office. Because of the Hatch Act. Other than that, I run a consulting business, so I'm semi-retired, run a slight bulk consulting business, and I also have some real estate interests.
Who was the first person you told when you decided to run for a House seat, and what prompted you to run?
Actually, I came out of a redistricting meeting because I got redistricted into this district that I now represent, and I came out of there with another individual, and I said, I don't know. I think it's going to take more than the folks in there are thinking to win this seat, and I think I might run. And went home, and he thought it was a great idea, and I went home and talked to my wife because we knew it was going to be a large financial commitment, quitting my job and all. So we talked it over to see if it was actually feasible financially to run, and so we discussed it and decided that we could probably cut our budget and cut our finances to the point where we could do it, and because I think I truly believed we needed a strong voice for the district, someone that truly knew the district and represented it and would represent it in a way that they expect, and so that's why I'm here.
Tell me a little bit about your district. What issues do you think people in your district are concerned about?
It's a rather large district. There's 12 townships. There's 6 cities involved. A lot of rural area, a lot of farmers, but there's a couple of private colleges, and so there's I think agriculture is a big piece. Education is, of course, a big piece, and transportation is also another piece. That we have a lot of trucking industry in there, a lot of granite. We've got a lot of granite companies, Cold Spring Granite's there. So a lot of trucking coming in and out, hauling granite through. Golden Plump is there, big agricultural. So a lot of chicken farms and processing of chicken, poultry. So that's where the base is, and with Highway 23 being partially 2 lanes and part of it down there, that's a big. We'd sure like to get that 4 lanes all the way through. So,
if you could offer up the first bill of the session, what would that bill be?
Well, with the tragedy that just happened out in Cold Spring with the shooting of the officer, the killing of the officer, I think the first bill will be to rename part of Highway 23 in honor of him. So we'll look to have my first bill will be to rename that as the Tom Decker Memorial Highway. So that portion of that he patrolled.
When the end of the session arrives and you return back home, how would you like people in your district to determine if you were a successful legislator?
Well, I hope that that they see that I represented them fairly, and that I brought their concerns and put a voice to their concerns down here at the Capitol. And hopefully those issues that are near and dear to their hearts, that they would like me to support, that I do that.
If you could sit down and have dinner with anyone, living or deceased, who would you choose and why?
Well, because of my vast military background, I'd like to sit down and have dinner with General Eisenhower. So I like to relive part of that World War II era and talked about his strategies and how he brought that to a conclusion.
Representative Howe, is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, it's a great honor to be down here. Uh, I do hope that I meet the expectations of my constituents.